Politics descended upon Lyon this weekend. It's away from the Paris elite, a sizable city, towards the geographic centre of the country, and it's politically open-minded. What better place to launch a presidential election campaign? The striking geographical feature of Lyon is that it's where two huge rivers, the Rhône and the Saône, meet to become one, just over there. Rather like the French electoral system, which through its stages ends up as a giant showdown between two candidates. Now, if nothing changes, the two candidates launching their campaigns here will be meeting in that showdown. And what is so striking is that neither of them can be said to be part of the traditional right or left. Yes, what's missing in Lyon are the old parties. The low reputation of François Hollande has meant the socialists are in a mess. Hollande didn't bother to stand, and his mate Emmanuel didn't make it past the primaries. The party has a left-wing candidate, Benoît Hamon, running fourth in the polls. The old right, now called the Republicans, picked François Fillon. But this was a bad election to be drowning in allegations of family profiteering, given that voters everywhere are expressing anger at self-serving elites. Which is why the polls say these two are the ones that'll make it to the second round, outside the big left-right party structure, both coming to the same city on the same weekend. Emmanuel Macron came from the left, but is defining himself as the new centre, which is, I suppose, a bit like the old Blairite centre, pro-EU, social and economic liberalism.
Elle a besoin de plus de liberté, elle a besoin de plus d'égalité pour se battre contre les injustices en son sein, pour se battre contre les différences, pour faire rapprocher les pays, pour éviter l'optimisation fiscale, le travail détaché illégal et pour rapprocher les uns et les autres.
Supporting him here, the socialist mayor of Lyon, Gérard Collomb.
Je suis sûr que beaucoup de mes amis vont venir nous rejoindre. Vous voyez ce que fait Emmanuel Macron, c'est de rassembler très largement les progressistes, ceux qui, comme moi, ont une histoire passée de gauche, mais ceux qui, parce que par exemple leurs parents avaient répondu à l'appel du général de Gaulle, se ressentent de la droite gaulliste, rassembler tout le monde pour pouvoir aller de l'avant.
In his favour, in contrast to Hillary Clinton, Macron is a relative newcomer and is pitching himself not as the establishment, but as change. He has an unusual personal life. His wife is 20 years older than him and was his French teacher at school. Tolerance is one of his messages.
Non, ne sifflez pas, jamais. On ne se rassemble pas sur des sifflets.
The next day, across town, the Front National rally. Here, anger is encouraged. Marine Le Pen is leading in the polls, but with the baggage of her party's past, she'll struggle to win a two-way showdown. Without that baggage, her message would probably be doing very well.
A lot of people hate the word populism, but we surely need a word to describe the mix of policies being outlined here. Tough on law and order, anti-immigration, and yet a detestation of globalization and liberal economics. People like the idea of a strong state, an état fort. Now, it's interesting that one of the appeals of Marine Le Pen is that she's strong, uncompromising, no namby-pambyism. But of course, she has made compromises to soften her image and appeal to more mainstream voters.
On le voit bien. L'ancien débat droite-gauche a vécu. Les primaires ont montré que les débats sur la laïcité ou l'immigration, comme sur la mondialisation ou la dérégulation généralisée, constituaient un clivage fondamental, transversal. Ce clivage n'oppose plus la droite et la gauche, mais les patriotes aux mondialistes.
Her message has now been honed to fit a global populist mantra, anti-elite and pro-blue-collar jobs. Her overall vision is for a protected state but with a very clear idea of who is in that state and who is not. The party is easy to caricature, but in reality, its supporters are a mix. Most I encounter closer to Trump or UKIP than the BNP.
Les trois mots qui représentent Madame Le Pen.
La souveraineté,
Souveraineté,
la démocratie,
démocratie,
le peuple.
le peuple.
Anglais, nous. On va faire le Brexit.
Et moi, j'avais espéré
Comme
que
les
ça
Anglais.
J'avais espéré.
UKIP, UKIP.
Hein?
Mais non.
Voilà.
Tout le monde ici aime Monsieur Trump.
Oui, évidemment, parce que Monsieur Trump, qu'est-ce qu'il fait, Monsieur Trump? Monsieur Trump, il fait quelque chose dont nous n'avons plus l'habitude en Europe. Monsieur Trump, il applique ce pourquoi il a été élu.
Sébastien Chenu, a gay activist, used to be an apparatchik of the UMP, the old name for the main party of the old right, until he joined the Front National.
Le Front National n'est pas un mouvement conservateur. Les gens qui rejoignent le Front National ne le font pas pour parler des mœurs, pour avoir un jugement moral ou un jugement social sur leurs voisins. Ils le font parce qu'ils défendent l'identité française, la liberté de la France, leur souveraineté. C'est l'inverse des mouvements conservateurs dont je viens, qui eux sont effectivement complètement obsédés par ces questions-là et dans lesquelles il n'y a pas de possibilité de débat.
So, Macron versus Marine. Here in Lyon in early February, the contest began, the ground set, a battle that is probably nothing other than the one to define Europe's direction for the next few decades.